Hello, everybody. Delighted to be here this morning with dear Carole Ann Catterall. Hello, Carole.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Morning, Sylvia.
Yeah, Carole Ann is a GOE community energist, which is
Yay.
woohoo, yeah, which is an idea we had. And so last year we ran the Community Energist certification program. This was a whole year long. Oh my God. And it was sort of the idea was that there's people who don't necessarily want to be GOE trainers and take the GOE trainers course. Well, if you'd like to be a GOE trainer and take the GOE trainers course to teach all the wonderful courses that we have, please contact Zoe at the office and inquire. There's a new English language GOE trainers training course this year. So please, by all means, go to goe.ac and contact Zoe. But that's a big leap for an individual person to do that. And so we had this idea of doing something more grassroots based. So rather than, having a big training organization and all that, bringing people into the community and being the community energist in your village, in your town, on your block, in your apartment building, you are the community energist. And the logo was the smiley face because we're all about making people happier, right? That's
Yes.
that's the thing, to make people happier, stronger in themselves, have better experiences in life. So the community energist had this as a logo, and I wore this all through the year. Carole Ann was on this course. And so I'm going to hand you over now to Carole Ann to just tell her a little bit about herself and how you got to this whole thing in the first place.
Mm. Well, I think I go back as far as 2003 when I discovered Reiki. And for a few years, I did that, and it was great. I felt I could sense energy. So that was a new experience for me. And I was so taken with it that I thought I would like to take it a bit further. And they said, well, you really need an understanding of anatomy and physiology. So I went to university
Oh,
and
wow. Oh,
ended up
my.
doing a herbal medicine degree because it was the only place where I could do anatomy and physiology, and enjoyed that so much that I spent the next 4 years doing that. And from then, I really needed to put that into practice, but I had self-confidence issues that were holding me back. So I thought, well, how can I work with these? I also got, because of herbal medicine, an understanding of essential oils and crystals, all to do with energy, really. But one thing that kept cropping up time and time again was that people's thoughts, beliefs, and emotions has an impact on their health. So I thought, well, how do I help people with their emotions? How do I deal with mine? So I had a little search around and came across Gary Craig's EFT. And also there was another chap doing video units online with that, Nick Altner. And for 2 years, I worked with that, and it helped me enormously, but it was very trauma based. And some stuff I just couldn't shift because I didn't know what the underlying trauma was, when it began, what caused it. Um,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I really wanted to get over some childhood issues that were, affecting my self-confidence. So I'd seen that someone was doing positive EFT. So
Ooh,
I did an internet
heretic.
search.
Heretic.
Sylvia Hartman, and the little piece was about Sylvia had wanted to introduce positive EFT, but Gary Craig wasn't a fan of it. And I thought, well, let's take a leap of faith. And I've not looked back since, really, Sylvia. It's, from there. And my other love is art, and I wanted to combine art with well-being as well. And I was blown away with the modern energy art. And
Oh, thank you.
that really helped me get over the shock news that I had about my brother's health. And I just sat and did the modern energy art, and just asked, give me a piece of art that will help release these emotions that I'm feeling. And by the time I'd finished that piece, I just felt so calm, and I thought, wow. So when I saw the note advertising the community energy course, there was just something in the core of my being that said, yes, this
Oh, excellent.
is a fantastic idea, helping people with their happiness. So yeah, it's been a very interesting course. I learned so much from the course, doing that and all the different things that we had done. And also Star Matrix. I did the Star Matrix course,
That
and
is
I
just so
enjoyed that.
beautiful,
So
isn't it?
that was just so amazing. And anybody who's wanting to know where they need to go, do Star Matrix. That
Yes, Star Matrix
your
is
mind.
absolutely the way. Whether you believe in energy or not doesn't matter. Star
Yes.
Matrix is the way. But yeah,
And then
so
yes.
go on.
Then while I was doing the Community Energist course, you put up a post for the Star Matrix Pro course, and I ummed and ahed, but I really wanted to do that. And I think the two worked very nicely together and helped me to get a really good understanding of what we did in the Community Energist course. And I thought, yes, this is something that I want to take out there and help people with.
And it's also, I think that Star Matrix really helps with those confidence issues that were plaguing you before, that
That's
could not be alleviated by taking even more degrees and even more courses and even more study. That
yes.
before you can go out and start helping people in the community.
Mm-hmm.
There is that thing that that somehow the course will do it, but there's so I know so many people who've got so
Mm-hmm.
much to give, but they still don't feel they're ready.
Mm-hmm.
They still feel they need to take a marketing course first to advertise themselves
Yes.
or
Yes.
some such thing, and you don't have to. It's
No.
but yeah. So what we did in the Community Energist was the idea was to create an energy club,
That's right.
where and literally call that an energy club. Like you'd go to a dance club once a week or a dog training club or whatever. This is an energy club, and people just get together, raise energy together, learn something about energy, and feel happier once a week. So
Yes.
that was sort of the core idea. And with all the people who were on the Community Energist, it was really interesting how many people were really struggling with just inviting a few people into their home and telling them about modern energy. But
Yeah.
you didn't. You went ahead and did this.
Yes. I for the Community Energist, we all had to have our own little area of community, and I ended up
Real life
choosing.
community. This was a big deal. This
It
wasn't
was.
about internet. It wasn't about hiding behind a chat or a group. It was actually real living people in the real world getting together in your community. And I think that was like for a lot of people, just, oh my God, this is all real.
It was a big step.
It was a
Yes.
big
Yes.
step. But
Yes.
you took that, didn't you? You started talking to people
Well,
and
I'm not frightened of putting myself out there and doing these big things. um, but yeah, I chose my area, which happened to be about 9 or 10 local villages. I live outside of Lincoln, and there are small pockets of communities. I felt Lincoln itself perhaps was too large because that had like 120,000 people. But anyway, I had some local communities from those villages had faces on pages on Facebook.
yeah.
So I took the plunge to put a little ad out there and said, I posted the energy chart and just said to people that I was looking for some volunteers to come along and help me. because people like to help me start this little energy club. And
Cool.
yes, the first I did that twice, and I got, I think, 6 people interested in the first one, and then 4 people turned up. And the response I got was really very good. It was excellent, in
Excellent.
fact.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
And let's see, that's one of the nice things with modern energy. I've worked on this damn thing for 30 years now.
yes.
And it is the 30th anniversary since my big aha moment with energy in 1993. And so over the years, I've figured out what works and what doesn't. And so what we now have is a really simple, straightforward way to introduce people to the joys of energy, really.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so this is the thing. It's simple and easy and structural, and your guys really enjoyed that, didn't they?
They really did. Yes, I had one lady who, every time she got behind the steering wheel to go anywhere, she just went into like almost a little panic attack, because she says there's always people coming at you and they're so unpredictable with their driving these days. And it was particularly more intense for her if she had a long journey ahead. So she started, when she got in her car, she put her hands on her heart and took the 3 deep breaths in and out. And she found that over a few weeks that her panic attacks lessened. So
Excellent.
so that was a really positive piece of feedback.
With a
And
simple little, totally easy, simple psychotherapy
yeah,
free.
that, it's in
That's
an
the
hour and
beauty,
a half,
isn't it?
lesson, you
Mm,
know, I improved the quality of her life just
yeah,
in that one little thing.
it's
So
so
yes, and then
cool.
that gives you obviously that gives the confidence then for them to try it with other things and
Yeah.
move forward and improve other little areas of their life. So yes, I
This is,
love the
this is,
immediacy of it.
may I
Yes,
interrupt you there and say this is exactly what I was hoping for with the community energist.
yeah.
This is the sort of thing that I was absolutely hoping for, that would touching the lives of real people who really then realize that this works, that this is real. This is not a joke. It's not a cult. It's not a weirdness. It's something that can really help them in their real lives. And
Mm.
I just, yes. So I'm very, very excited about this.
Well, they
So
got really excited as well when we were doing, because I did these first 2 courses like over the summer. So when we went outdoors and opened up to the fields of energy, they got so excited because they could feel the energy in their fingertips. And some
wonderful.
people in particular, that really had a quite a large impact on. Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. We feel energy all the time. It's simply drawing attention to the fact that when you're stepping outside into nature or something, where do you feel that in your body?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can feel it flowing through you. You can feel this thing from the earth coming up your legs. This is not hallucination or hippie crap. It's
No,
real,
no,
and it's so healing. Is nature energy.
it
And
is.
it's
Yes.
such a wonderful thing. And God, I wish they were people that can I clone you, please, and have you
Yes.
everywhere in the world in all
Hire myself
languages.
out around the world in
So,
holographic form.
so you started a Facebook group as well, the Energy Raisers UK.
That's right. Yes.
Can I just put up our screenshot here briefly? So yeah, let's keep us in the picture, shall we? There we are. Yeah, so that's your Facebook group, and this is a picture here that we're seeing of your a stand you had at a local little Mind Body Spirit festival just
Yes.
this past weekend, which caused me to actually go and to ask you for an interview and say, let's talk about this because you're at the beginning of your career here
Mhm.
establishing this. And I think this is so valuable for other people who are out there and they're thinking about it or have been thinking about it for years, but just haven't found the courage and the heart to go out there and do that.
Hmm.
When me and Sandra and Kim are talking about these things, we've been doing, pro trainings for such a long time. But to get started, that moment in time when you first get started, it's where the most excitement is, and that's why I wanted to talk to you about this.
Okay.
To inspire other people out there who, like, as I say, have been thinking about it for years, to go out there and do this. So this is your stand. Tell us a little bit about what we're seeing here on the screen.
Right. So we have the Star Matrix books in the center.
Yay!
Yay.
That made me so happy when I saw that. That made me just super happy.
Well, we're
Super
so
happy.
central, isn't it? And
Yeah.
then up at the top behind that is the modern energy chart.
Yep.
And to the left of the picture, there is the other where are you on the energy chart today? And that actually drew a lot of people in.
Okay.
Um, they were quite interested to know where they were on their energy chart. So to the front, there's two little turquoise bowls there, and
The positives.
yes, the bowls of positives. So
Cool.
in the one on the left, just printed off positives on an A4 sheet and cut them up. Well, I did 2 sheets, A4 sheets of positives, and put them in there. And people, that's a great way to get people to come to your stand, because they all love to pick something up and read a little something. Um,
That's something that I found also when because I've gone to these events myself in the past, and the bowl of positives is just great. There's things in there like love, romance, sunshine, money, diamonds,
yeah,
and you just hold them out to people that are going by and saying, pick a positive. Close
yes.
your eyes and pick a positive. And
Well,
people love doing that. And we use positives for tapping, for raising energy, for, I don't know, calming down in the heart position. And
yes.
it's just such a great way to introduce people to things. So
Yes.
yeah, that's awesome.
So when somebody came and picked a positive out, I came round to the front of the stand to see what they'd picked. And then, because a big part of this is getting to people to feel how that positive affects them in
Yes.
emotionally and physical. So I'd
Yep.
ask them which positive they would like. And as one lady in particular picked up wealth, and she like heaved a sigh. So I said to her, right, I said, let's do a little tapping sequence on this. So I used just like the little fingertip tapping with the wealth.
Yep.
And I said to her, notice how that makes you feel. And then I said, as you walk around the show from here, I said, keep tapping on the wealth, and and
Excellent.
and see how you feel. How would it how would life differ for you if you had this wealth? And what could you buy with it? What could you do with it? Just to get them to lift their spirits. And I kind of like did that with quite a few people. And
Wonderful.
yes, yeah, just to tap on the positives. And then the little bowl on the right was a little bit more like, what is your favorite color? And then I got them to explore what it was about their favorite color that, they loved so much. And uh,
I love the idea of the bowls of positives and that kind of thing to get people start thinking in the right directions. I love these pictures. May I also say, by the way, of
yes,
just with it's really nice to see real living people getting together and doing their real thing. And
yeah,
I love the way that you've got this group up to stay in contact with people.
yes,
That's a
yeah.
fabulous picture here as
They,
well. I
these
love.
two young ladies were great, and the lady on the right there with the khaki coloured hat. She was in the talk, and she came to me afterwards and wanted to know so much more about it. And then she asked me how she could become a member of the Guild of Energists. So I gave her the information, and I
Yeah,
don't know if she's been in touch, but she did seem very enthusiastic about it. So that was
wonderful.
great. Yeah.
So this is Energy Raisers UK on Facebook. And it's whereabouts are you again? In the United Kingdom, in Lincoln?
I'm just 5 miles southeast of Lincoln in a little village called Branston.
Okay, fantastic. So now you know how to get in touch with Carole Ann as well, if you want to ask her a question. If you are sitting there and thinking, "Oh my God, I've got to join the GOE," yes, you do. It's a good idea, and you get a fabulous Modern Energy Foundation course included in your membership fee, which is really good. So go to goe.ac/join and become a member of the GOE and enter into the oceans of energy. It'll make you happier, I promise and I guarantee.
It will.
Yeah. So man, what I wanted to ask you about as well was, do you remember sort of the first one of these you went to? First one of these Mind Body Spirit festivals you went to?
Yes.
We're a bit nervous, right?
Yes.
The aspect was a little bit nervous.
Yes. But it's worth doing it. Yeah, I had to do a tapping session before I went in to give my first talk because
The talk. This is exactly that's where I wanted to go to. At this Mind Body Spirit event, you had a talk. Tell us about the talk.
well, I printed off an A3 version of the energy chart, and I go in there and I'm trying to get people again to sense how
How many
they.
people were there? Paint the picture for us here.
Oh gosh, there were about maybe about 50 at the weekend. The first one, not so many, because someone was giving a psychic demonstration and free readings in another room. But yeah,
Oh,
I
that can happen.
I did have about 15 people in that one. But this one, yeah, I was really surprised and really thrilled that I had so many in the room.
Yeah, so may I just hold us here for a moment and just congratulate you for and just seeing where you've come from and all the rest of it to stand in front of 50 people and talk about energy
Mm-hmm.
and finding that exciting and fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
When
huge
you've got a
step.
great subject, you just want to get it out there and you just want to get the message across to as many people as possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but well done, though. I mean, really, really well done. To to us or to us now here, that's nothing. 50 people, come on, give me 5,000. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
But there's many people listening to this right now who melt at the idea of having to stand in front of 50 people who've never met them before
Mm-hmm.
and tell them something
Yes.
about energy. So it can be done. It really can. You can do this.
Yeah.
You're
With
not doomed to be a mouse forever if you're out there listening to this. You
no,
can stand up and tell people about things that you have personal experience of.
that's right. And I do think it's useful to have a little set of crib sheets, just some little postcards on
Yeah, sure.
a ring,
Yep.
because with me, as long as I know what I'm going to talk about and the order I'm going to talk about it, people are very forgiving. You know,
Mm,
if I'm because I get carried away with excitement on the
I do
subject,
too.
and
Yeah, I do
and,
too.
and I go a little bit off piste sometimes. So I have to bring myself back, and then for a moment, it's probably only about 2 seconds, but it seems like half a lifetime. And if you just say to people, "I'm awfully sorry, would you just give me a second while I get the thread back?" And they're quite happy with it. They're not, they don't go, "Oh my
Oh
God,
God, no.
what was she saying?" No,
um,
people are lovely like that. And yeah, as long as you've got the order in which you want to say it, and the message, and getting them to feel the energy and the difference in themselves. Once I'll get them to do the hands on heart and the 3 deep breaths in and out, and then I ask them what difference that has made to them.
yes.
And they'll say, "Oh, I feel a bit calmer." And I
Yeah.
say, "Yeah, that's a great point for helping you to reduce anxiety." And I say, but then let's go ahead a bit and do the same again, but think of something that makes you feel really happy, or a
Think of
person, a
something you
place, or
love.
a thing, and then check in with yourselves again and see how you do that. And then I'm very naughty. I do, to make the whole world think I'm doing a really great talk, I then introduce applause. So I
Applause
say
is a
to them,
wonderful energy raiser. It's a wonderful energy raiser.
I
And
do, yes.
you know, if we as presenters at any point feel the need that we need a boost from the audience, we can always make them clap.
Yes, yeah. So well, not even that. I say to them, right, I said, so I want to show you how a little round of applause is a
Yeah.
really quick way to boost your energy. So then
Yep.
I'll say, all of those who got out of bed this morning, give yourself a round of applause. Go, yes. Did you
Well
brush your
done.
teeth? Yeah.
Yay.
and they float out there on a little energy high, which is great.
Yeah. And then you've got the energy chart there to explain to them what just happened, that this
Yes.
wasn't an accident, that
No,
there are simple things that we can do to feel better.
that's
And,
correct.
and if they take that away from your talk, fantastic. See, my deepest hope is that everybody in the world gets to see the modern energy chart just once in their lives.
Yes.
That's it. What they do with that, I don't care then afterwards. Just as long as they've seen it just once and begin to understand that there's a relationship between what we experience in life, how our lives play out, and where we are on that energy chart.
Yeah.
That's the message. That
Yeah.
is the message. That's the thing that says, look, if you want to be happier, you need to be energy higher
That's
more
right.
often.
And that in just one thought, you can do that. And
Yeah.
I say to them, one of the things for me was that I wanted something that I could do for myself in
Mm.
the moment when I needed it.
Yep.
Having to wait 3 days to get an appointment with a therapist or what have you is, the moment has
3
gone.
days, right? 3 days. You mean like what's it now?
Yeah,
18
3
months?
months.
18 months waiting list?
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, something that they can do for themselves and that really helps them with those like little confidence issues that I had.
Mm.
And I
Hey,
do take,
question. At the end of your talk, did you get a round of applause?
well, we were in the round of applause, so no, I can't remember actually, Sylvia. I think because we'd done the round of applause and then a couple of ladies just dashed straight over to me because they wanted to know more. And that was nice because they were younger people. So they have, a nice spread of lifetime in front of them to do all these happy things and share these little techniques with other people. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the younger, seriously, if I keep wishing somebody had told me about energy when I was 3.
Oh gosh, same here, Sylvia. Yes.
My aspects had such tantrums, meltdowns, and
I wasn't allowed to have a tantrum. I had to keep it all in.
yeah, it would have really been helpful. So after the talk, people came over to see you and wanted to know more.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
the idea.
So I printed off, we did 12 separate weeks, no, 16 separate weeks on the
Yes.
Community Energist program. And I've broken that down into sets of 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And they can come along and do a course.
Yeah.
The first 4 weeks is the weeks where I really want them to get to feel about the energy. And then we break it down into the other weeks. So I made a little leaflet explaining, just took the titles really from the segments of each week and put it on there. And then had the Star Matrix book and said, this is available on Amazon and it's a great book. Please, get a copy and read it.
So where I'm going with that was so that after your talk, people came, they were interested and they came to see you.
They did.
And they
And
wanted to be possibly involved in the next. To explain to people who don't know, with the community energist, the idea was to start an energy club
that's
and
right.
to get the level one of the energy club going. I wrote these 4 week segments courses once a week for
Mhm.
4 weeks on a particular topic about modern energy. And each
That's
one
right.
has a short explanation, some exercises, and some homework for people to practice.
That's right.
And so each one of those is so that you don't have to wait 16 weeks before you can start.
No.
Every one of them is a nice, easy starting foundation course in something.
Hmm.
So that you can start for the longest you have to wait is 3 weeks before the next course starts if you missed a start date.
That's
And
right.
by the end of
Um,
those weeks, then you're ready. You can go into the second group.
oh, I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think the light's
oh
out, I'm afraid.
too many lights.
Yeah, too
Uh,
many lights.
uh, oh, not to worry.
No,
Um,
not to worry.
but
But
yes, I have 15 people sign up,
wow,
register their
15
interest.
people.
Yes,
That's
that
amazing. Well done, Carol.
yeah,
That's really good. And sometimes not everybody turns up, but that's a
yeah.
good number of groups, people together. And the
Mhm.
fact is that the more people you have, the easier it is.
It is, yes, yes, and they feed off one another, and we get to hear some lovely stories that
The
um,
newbies don't know this in training, that they think that one person doing a training course with one person is easier than to do it with 10. And that is not the case. It's much
no,
harder. It
it
gets
is,
easier the more people you have there to build that group bubble and, as you say, feed off each other's energy. And it's
that's
really
right.
good. And if you
Because
have a
when
grouchy person, they go under in the group. Whereas if you have a
yeah,
grouchy person in a group of two, things become hard work.
yes, they. I do found that I haven't had many grouchy people though.
No.
But what I do notice is that each week when someone comes back and reports what's happened,
Okay.
that helps to lift everyone energy at the start of the session. Yeah, and I do hear some funny stories.
You
A
want to
lady,
tell us some funny stories?
the lady on the last group, she works from home, and she said every Monday morning she would get this email from this particular person in the office, and about, did you see that email? Oh, about such and such. She says, I'm not going there with you this week. She said, I'm on a course learning how to be happy. So,
Positive.
and she said, it's really great. And so, so I just stopped him in his tracks, and he said, oh, so what have you been up to over the weekend then? And so for each
Oh
of the
man,
weeks she
the
was here, she
difference.
was practicing with her friends and telling them all about this happiness group she was going. But some of them, they were a bit risque to tell Sylvia, so I won't do that on air. But yes,
But the
she had
difference
us
this
in
is going to
stitches.
make to people long term. If you think about just this one email thing on the Monday morning, that's not depressing anymore.
No,
How much energy does that free up?
it does give a lot. And the other thing I say, because
Wow.
people are working on their own from home, and you see this huge list of emails and things that they've got to get through.
Yeah.
So I introduce the round of applause and say, "Yay! I've just done an email! Yay!" And then put it to one side, for each email that they've done, and how much, happier they're going to feel at the end of the day, because we really don't give ourselves credit for the amount of work that we get through in a day. We see this pile of emails and our heart sinks. But once you introduce that, then that's a whole new ball game altogether.
I'm guilty as charged on that one.
Yes, yeah,
I just finished the Community Energy Healer course. That's a
yes.
lot of work. That's really a lot of work. It doesn't look like a lot of work, but it is a lot of work.
Uh-huh.
And I just don't give myself enough credit for the amount of work I actually do. Just working on the Energy Healer for Animals course at the moment,
Oh,
which is
wonderful.
it's an update from the 2015 course. That's quite interesting as well. It's also an awful lot of work.
I think quite a few of the people have already been through and done the basic energy course would really like that, because several of them were into horses and dogs and cats and animals, so that would really help them. I know I've used it on Merlin.
Oh,
Like, I have a little Jack Russell, and if he's feeling a bit out of sorts, I'll go over and whisper all nice things in his little energy
oh.
raising things to him in hopes that it makes him feel better. But yeah,
Well,
getting to sense where it is and perhaps just helping them with that. Yeah,
well, my original revelation was animal behavior research.
that's
And
true.
so I am endlessly grateful to the animal kingdom, because if I'd been in people behavior research, I would have never found the energy and the harmony program and the modern energy chart. I wouldn't have found it, because
No.
all the talk, and think obfuscates this really simple fact that if you take attention away from an animal, it becomes more and more stressed until it shows aggressive behaviors, psychosomatic
Mm-hmm.
illness. And when you give attention to an animal, it becomes consecutively more happy, more
Mm-hmm.
communicates more, it's more willing to interact and couple bubble with you. You
That's
know,
right.
I would have not seen that if I'd been in people research. So
Well,
for me, the energy healing for animals course has always been this big thank you to the
yes.
animal kingdom and trying to give something back to
Mm-hmm.
the animal kingdom. That's, you know,
And I
yeah.
think the other thing with the system is, and this is another point that I like to put across when people come to the stand and giving the talk, is how much more compassionate we can be with people who, because they're low energy, and when
Yeah,
you're low energy, everything is extra effort, and people aren't quite so nice as they would ordinarily be.
indeed.
So I just explain, this is what happens when we let our energy levels fall, and it's really so simple to bring it back up again.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
yeah.
it's modern energy is really a paradigm shift and a game changer, and it's simple. And I just absolutely. So I wanted to do this interview with you to inspire other people who are thinking about, making a difference, doing something that really does make a difference in people's lives
Mm,
significantly.
and it
That
does.
one lady with that one email that changed on a Monday morning that will change the course of the entire week.
Hmm.
The other lady who's no longer so terrified of driving. And
Hmm.
Carol, you might have saved someone else from getting injured and killed because she was so stressed and panicky that she would have made the wrong decision in a crisis situation.
Yes.
So that's really contributing to your community, what
Yeah.
you are doing. And I wanted to say thank you to you. Thank you for going out and doing this work.
Mm. Thank
And
you. Thank you for creating it in the first place.
you are most welcome. But see, I can sit here and write these things without you. This is
Hmm.
not gonna happen. It is you that makes this active, that makes it come to life. And I just really want to say thank you to you from the bottom of my heart for going out and doing this and telling people about this. Thank you, Carol.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, Sylvia. It is a joy to teach it.
I'm so happy, and I'm delighted that you've got people for your new Energy Club course. Um, you're also going to do the Community Energy Healer, aren't you?
Yes.
That's going to be fun.
Yes, I have. I've had a few inquiries about that one already. So
Yeah. Oh,
just
that's going to be great, and we do need so many more. If this ever gets out properly, just how important energy work is to well-being and to everything. We are going to be run over by floods of people. The
yes,
50% of people who go to the doctors and get oh, there's nothing wrong with you. It's all in your head.
yes.
diagnosis.
Mm-hmm. I
We
found
need,
that the people who've been and done the course still want to keep getting together to do more of it. So that's another bonus as well.
oh, we
Yeah,
need so much more social interaction. Oh
we
my
do.
God. We've been so starved of real human energy exchanges, which are the most important vitamins for the human energy body.
Mm-hmm.
We are human beings. We are supposed to get the vast majority of our energy from other people.
Mm-hmm. I
And
had
that
a
was bad
lady.
enough before, but
Yes.
after the global panic pandemic, it got just critical. So getting together in with real people and doing the energy stuff with real
Mm-hmm.
people is so healing, so healthy, and so what's needed
Yes.
right now. So that's
There,
another reason for me to say thank you so much for doing this.
yeah.
Thank you. I'm,
There was.
I'm delighted. I really am. I'm so delighted. And I can't wait to see what happens next following your track, what
Yes.
you're doing. And I think you're an absolute inspiration to, I guarantee it, so many other people who are going to hear this interview
Mhm.
and who think to themselves, ooh, perhaps I can do this too. Yes, you can. You really can.
There was.
Absolutely. 100%.
Could I just say one thing? There was
Mm.
a lady that came to the stand at the show at the weekend, and I was showing her the hands on heart position, and she thought this would be wonderful for children in schools. And I said, "Oh yes." I said,
Well,
yeah,
yes.
just to start the day. I said, "But I'm not sure how you would get into schools." And she said, "Well, I'm a teacher." So if she came on the course, she could help the children in her class, and I thought that would be a wonderful start,
It
because
would be
the
a,
earlier you can catch people and just show them how much better they can feel just by doing that, I think is a big bonus. I
I
think
think
that's a
that
wonderful
is a
thing.
really amazing thing, and I love it. And in Turkey, they've already started actually doing this, presenting this to the entire school.
Yes.
Teachers, helpers, people who cook the soups in the lunch break,
Mm-hmm.
everybody, children, everybody in a big hall learning the basics of, you know, basics of how to
Energy.
raise energy and seeing the modern energy chart and understanding why sometimes learning is hard or you can't learn at all.
That's right. Yeah.
And the states that you learn so easily in, and it just goes in and it stays in, and it's just, yeah, so it's a marvelous thing, and
There's so
I'm
much potential in it. Just so
so
much
much,
wonderful
so much,
outcome from this. Yes,
yes, there's so much good this could do.
there
um,
is.
if we keep telling more people about it, it will spread, it'll do good in the world. Okay, Carol. So, last thing you would like to tell our viewers before we go?
Do it. Find somebody. Go onto the GOE.act website and find someone near you who you can do these little courses with. Even if you only just get through the first 1 to 4 weeks, because your time schedule will only allow for that. Do it, because it, you know, I hesitate to say it will change your life, but I think it will.
Oh yeah, of course it will. Yeah, absolutely. We'll change,
Yeah.
and not just change your life for the better. I always like to
Oh
add to
yes,
that.
that
That's
yes.
my
Well, for
intention.
the better.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's my intention. It's a wonderful thing. So, on behalf of me, the angels above, and the entire Guild of Energists, I would like to thank you, dear Carol, for your time, for your wonderful energy, for sharing your experiences with us today, and for just being you. Big round of applause.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much,
so
Sylvia.
much.
Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Yeah, go to Energy Raisers UK on Facebook to make contact with Carol and ask her questions by all
Yeah.
means. So
Okay.
lots of love from us, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.